My name's Andrew Gierzak. I'm the head brewer here at MobCraft. To my right is...
Henry! I also work at MobCraft. I'm one of the founders.
And Jim from the Takeover podcast.
So what we're doing today is we're talking about doing a brewing collaboration. So we brewed a pilot test batch just based off of us getting together over a few beers in the brewery floor last night, or a couple of weeks ago. And we have the pilot batch here. And so what we're going to be doing is basically going through a simulcrum of basically every time we do a big, crazy, weird beer, what we're going to be walking you guys through is, our usual process for doing that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to taste just the base beer and get impressions from that. And then from there, we're going to decide which direction we want to take this thing. We decided a few weeks back when we all met up that we were going to toy with the idea of adding maple syrup and fenugreek to this beer. So,
do you want me to take notes?
Sure, if you want. So that's what we're all doing right now. And we did end up adding brown sugar to this.
Okay.
Sir.
So I believe what we talked about last time was just a big, thick, viscous stout. I'm getting a lot of sweetness, which I actually like.
Yeah, it's definitely malt forward. What's the final gravity on this?
Final gravity on this batch, I'm going to double check, but I think it ended up around 1020, 1025, so it's a little bit higher. Yeah, so we're at right around 1023 right now.
Okay, and what was our predicted gravity?
Predicted finishing gravity or predicted starting gravity?
The
finishing gravity was right around 1020, so we're a little high. It's a little bit on the sweet side, but I mean, with pilot batches, what we've discovered is that just because we don't have any jacketed pilot batch ferment, like we're just fermenting it in carboys.
Okay.
Our attenuation always is higher in the tanks where we have temperature control than it is in our carboys. So imagine it's on the large batch. It's going to dry out
a little bit more. Okay, good. Yeah, because definitely getting some of the sweetness from
the brown sugar.
Yeah, the brown sugar.
So
the molasses,
which I personally like. I don't think it's a bad thing, but
I love
you
how
guys
you can barely even see through this glass after you've shaken it up.
Yeah, the SRM on this is great.
Real nice and dark. So, go ahead.
I was going to say from when we initially talked about it, I was thinking a little bit more on the roast character to come through.
Yeah.
I feel like we've got a lot of residual sugar there, but not a lot of like flavor backbone body part of it.
Yeah, that would probably come out more if it attenuated out more, but but I mean, we can let me just read off. You guys all saw the recipe, right?
Yep. Yeah, I'm getting some hints of the chocolate from the Patagonia C170 and the pale chocolate malts. We'll have to see how that plays with the maple as well.
Yeah, because the maple is going to sweeten it up considerably.
Yeah.
I don't think it needs a lot of maple.
Yeah, I mean, if it does, and that's why that was one of the ideas of experimenting around with fenugreek, was because we were going to see if we could impart some of that maple flavor without actually adding maple syrup. Yeah. If you guys are still down for that.
Yeah, one thing I am liking about this is the body. So I mean, it's still hot.
Yep.
With the high alcohol level, but the
it's
oats,
just a little too sweet.
The wheat DME really gives it a lot of body to support that alcohol.
Yep.
Yeah, that was one thing that I noticed. Like right off the bat, you're not getting any alcohol burn at all.
No, and it's not thin, not at all. Yeah. So that's good. That's awesome.
I think our roast and our coffee type of notes, that's what I would like to see come through a little bit more.
Let's see here.
Yeah, a little bit of roasted notes because we're still looking at had the coffee additions already been added to this?
No, not yet.
Okay, so that'll still
that's going to be a completely.
I thought this was post-coffee.
No, this is not post coffee. We haven't, because the thing is, like during our large scale batching, the last thing we're going to do is add coffee. So that would be we already have an established procedure, and the reason we didn't add coffee yet is because if we leave it sit too long, it starts to oversteep. So
Right, yeah,
the
it gets
coffee
too
addition,
astringent.
the coffee addition is not what we needed to have you guys
Yeah.
here for, because we know like how to get a really strong, solid coffee.
You guys brewed 1 or 2 coffee beers, right?
Oh, we brewed
Just a couple. Just a couple.
we can have you taste them in a couple of minutes here.
Oh, we should
got two of
taste
them
some
in the tank.
dudism too.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
2 coffee beers in the tank right now.
Did you guys hear about the dudism at all? It's a
That's
white
the
Russian
White
stout.
Russian, yeah.
That one's
Yeah?
yeah.
That was fun to make.
Nailed it.
So yeah, right now the
And
roasted
we went through a
barley.
procedure just like this one.
Yeah, no, for real.
Awesome.
So right now we're looking at about 2% roasted barley for this
Okay.
as part of the total grist bill. We could definitely up that up more. The only thing that knowing how much extra sweetness is in here, I'd feel comfortable digging into the base malt proportion for that.
Yeah.
And right now we have half Maris Otter and half just malt Europe pale malt as the base malt for this beer. So I'd be happy like digging into that to bring out more of that roasted character. Because I do agree it's a little lacking.
Yeah. I don't think too much because
Yeah.
the coffee addition will definitely add
Yep.
a lot of obviously roasted notes.
Yep.
So yeah, I think I'd like to see probably the Maris Otter stay because I
Yep.
like some of the
Yep.
bready kind of malt forward coming out of the Maris Otter,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe just dial back that malt Europe
Yep.
2-row.
Yep.
All right, well, thank you, Andrew and Henry. This is amazing. So right now, we're going to start working on the additions, the adjuncts between them, and tune into the podcast to hear how that turns out.